Hello, this is Lucas, and in this video we will discuss what the finally and throw statements are in Java. So in the last video we went over how we can handle exceptions using the try and catch statements, but now in this video we will add on to that. So we're going to create ourselves the try statement here, try, and then we're going to catch ourselves the exception of E. Now instead of the try, we're going to use the same example as we did in the last video. We're going to do int ages, and we'll just add in a few ages in here. And we'll just add in a few numbers like 10, 20, and 30. Now in here, we are going to try to print out the 10th index, which does not exist. So this will throw ourselves an error, which will be catched by this catch statement here. So I'm going to print out, we're going to print out something is wrong. So if we run this, you can see we get an error by trying to print out the 10th index, which does not exist. So we catch that error and then we print out something is wrong, you can see in the console. But now we are going to add a new statement called the finally statement. And the finally statement lets you execute a piece of code after the try and catch, regardless if the result was successful or if it was a failure. So even if the code was successful here, so if we run 3, or let's say we do 2, this code, if you run this, you can see that it is successful because it does print it out. So this finally statement will execute even if this is successful or even if it caused ourselves an error. So I'm going to put this back to number 10 so we get ourselves an error. Now we're going to write ourselves a new statement called finally. Now in here we are going to print out the try and catch statement is going to do completed. Now if you run this code, you can see this caused an error which was caught, and then we print out something is wrong. But now no matter if it caused an error or not, we will finally, after this is completed, we will finally print out this message here, or we will execute the code that is inside of here. And let's say our message or our code in here is successful. You can see we get no error, so this piece of code does not get executed. But then we do print out this, which we print out 30. But then finally, even though this was successful, we will finally execute this piece of code here. Now the next thing, so that's just a finally. Now after this, we're gonna go over the throw statement, which basically just allows you just to create a custom error. So we will get rid of this for now, and I'm going to create ourselves a new method, and we'll just do something like we'll do public static void, and we'll just do check age, and we're just passing a number called age. Now inside of the main method, we will call this, so we'll just do check age, and we'll just pass in the number 20, for example. So we are calling this method and we're just passing in 20 as age. Now inside of here, we can create ourselves our own custom error message. So what we can do is we can do if the age is, we'll do if age is less than 30. We will execute this piece of code here. Else we will not execute that piece of code here. So now in here I'm going to throw a new exception. Now there are a lot of exceptions. There's the arithmetic exception, there's the file not found exception, there's the array index out of bounds exception, and there's a lot more, but just for this example we will be using the arithmetic exception. So we can write arithmetic exception. So this would just cause an arithmetic exception. And then we can put in a message in here. In this message, we can write something like, you have to be, you have to be over 30 years old. Now in here we'll write, we'll do access granted. So now you can see we are calling this method, but we are passing in 20. Now 20 is less than 30, so this is true. So we will just throw ourselves an exception. If I execute this code now, you can see we get ourselves an error, but now we also get the text, you have to be over 30 years old, which we have stated over here. Now if I pass in, let's say we pass in a number that is above 30, so we'll just do 35. You can see when we run this, this does not get executed, but then this does get executed, this statement here. So that's the way that we can use the finally statements, and that's how we can use the throw statement to throw ourselves an error if an error does occur. And that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Peace out.